Maddox delivers a called strike on the first pitch. 0-1. Maddox took the loss in his last appearance against Oklahoma to drop his overall record to 5-4 on the season. It was a tough series for Ole Miss. Lost 2 out of 3, winning the final game of the series. Breaking ball off the plate. 2 balls and 1 strike. Fry fouls away the next pitch. We talked about it at the top. This is an important series for both teams in different ways. Ole Miss is hoping to obviously get in the tournament, but also have a chance to maybe even host if they can close out the season in strong fashion, as Fry fouls this one away. Ooh, he almost got that one down the line fair.
Yeah, Ole Miss sitting at 14-11. The talk used to be, hey, you get to 16, 17 wins, and that was hosting material. And so Ole Miss sitting at 14, who knows?
Hill dives, makes the play. Great defensive start for Ole Miss.
Well, the Rebels had in the shoulder set, and the throw pulls off the first baseman.
In steps Sawyer Reeves. Reeves, a senior out of South Carolina, batting .305 on the year. Fouled away. Ole Miss head coach Mike Bianco looking on. We had a chance to visit with him briefly in between games 1 and 2. Locked in, as always, worrying about what's going on right now, game 2.
Yeah, he had the pen in hand, writing the lineup out, and he's like, oh, I didn't know you guys were even here. So, yeah, he was so locked in. Gave him a fist bump and said, keep doing what you're doing, coach.
Oh, and Reeves fouls that one off. He's limping back towards the box. Coach Bianco leading Ole Miss to the national championship in 2022. It's interesting, you get to this time of year and you hear coaches around the league who may be in kind of a weird spot in terms of the conference record cite that Ole Miss team as far as an example of getting hot and making a run.
Right, and that's the whole part, right? It's all about when you start playing your best baseball, and right now is when you want to start turning it on. This pitch right there by Maddox.
Reese with a 16-game hitting streak. Takes in the dirt on the first pitch. Picked up his 17th home run of the season in game 1. A transfer from Houston, Texas. Excuse me, out of the University of Houston. Swings through the next pitch, 1-1. There's a strike, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fouled away is Maddox, who thought perhaps he would start tomorrow.
Right.
Gets a little bit of a jump on the matter.
Yeah, that's one of those where you're like, hey, by the way, I know you planned on everything tomorrow, all the things you had done, your prep and everything. Well, Mother Nature said, no go, you're going to start today. Arm looks very lively, though, up to 95. No worries about that. And that's the beauty of these guys in their training. They're always ready. You know, one day it's not that big of a deal. You go to pro ball, you're throwing every 5th day, and so these guys throw every 7th day.
Reese stays alive and fouls it off. You know, athletes are such creatures of habit. Did you ever go through something like that where you expected to start one day and then it got bumped a day?
Well, there's times at school you didn't know who was starting. You're like, it's a Sunday, and all of a sudden you're going out for batting practice and coach will hold you back. You're starting. Uh-oh. Up catch, one-handed, bare hand. Mom's got some skills now.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. I mean, how many times do you see that ball take a bounce and it leads to, you know, a fracas?
Phone in hand too, still, so she doesn't drop the phone, goes catch the ball, takes a selfie with the ball.
Now, if he's able to get a hold of one out to left, might be tough out there tonight.
Yeah, it might get thrown back from Wrigley Field.
Volley behind here, 1 ball and 2 strikes. He's homered in 10 of his last 15 games now. And strikes out here. Will Furness looks at a strike, 0-1. Back-to-back strikeouts recorded by Evan Sierra. Hook missing, 1 ball and 1 strike to Will Furness. Furness had the game-winning hit back on April 22nd against Mississippi State. Chops this one over towards shortstop, but fielded by Ace Reese on the shift for the 2nd out of the inning. Sawyer Reeves able to grab that one and make the throw over in time to Hunter Hines for the out, as that next pitch missing for a ball, 1-0. Two and 0 quickly to Judd Utermark. This one will get down for a base hit, and it'll hit the gap. Utermark on his way to second base, and he's got a 2-out double for the Rebels. Had a mammoth 3-run homer in the first game. And there's a strike to Ryan Moorman.
Yeah, we don't have the stats on that, but we were walking to go see Coach Bianco, and I heard one of the players say, he goes, yeah, that was 110 off the bat, 450 down the line.
Off the plate, 1 ball and 1 strike. Utermark at second. Moorman trying to cash in, as he has done throughout the course of this season, hitting .313 on the year with runners in scoring position. 2-1. And Moorman kind of took a 3/4 swing there, unable to catch up with it.
Yeah, right as that ball took that left turn, he's like, uh-oh, stop the swing. And no, can't do that.
Swing and a miss. Moorman goes down. Sierra ends the inning with a strikeout, his 3rd of the game. Monas out, and he steps in, leads his team to 4 straight wins.
Yeah, and that's something where he said, like, it's a lot of distraction, right? A lot of things going on. There's a hit. But then you go, I love how he said in our first interview with him, but hey, when the game starts, all those distractions are gone. He's still doing the same exact job he did the previous year and the beginning part of this year. So he said once the game gets on, he goes, that's when he feels comfortable. But all the other stuff, yeah, he goes, it can get in your way. It can be distracting if you let it.
Noah Sullivan now with a 9-game hitting streak, one off of his career best of 10. Hunter Hines, the senior, at the plate. Preseason All-SEC, drives this one to the gap. It'll bounce off the wall. Sullivan will stop at third base, and Hines has a double. First two are on for the Bulldogs here in the bottom of the second inning with the 13th double of the season for Hunter Hines. For Bryce Chance, as he's behind here 0-1. The junior out of Ridgeland, Mississippi. Chance had an RBI triple in game one that tied the game up at 2. But then Ole Miss exploded with 8 unanswered runs to eventually win game one 10-4. Chance into center field. It will drop for a base hit. Sullivan is in. 1-0. Bulldogs take the lead. Reed Stallman steps in, and this is a different look for the base runners of Mississippi State. Hunter Elliott, the lefty, was able to get a pickoff of Ross Heifel in game one. Now the righty in Maddox delivers a strike to home plate, 0-1.
Yeah, a little bit more comfortable when you're talking about the guy on first base. I mean, he had the Mississippi State base runners just frozen in their, just their stance.
Fouled away. And a called third strike on third base. Chance extending the 13-game hitting streak. This one will score another, trying to make the play, and out at first base as Chang bop.
You always taught, right, you only slide if it's a ball that's bringing the first baseman towards you. You get down right there, because sliding, if you feel like you run right through it, you're going to be faster.
Yeah, you're taking, you're adding an extra step basically by trying to slide. The premise makes sense, but in reality, it doesn't work out that way.
Especially when you're allowed to run through the bag, right? You slide at other bags because you can't go through those bags, but first base, just go right through it.
Well, the good news out of that play for Mississippi State, the fact that they were able to grab a second run as Hines came across. And Sanders takes a strike. It's 1-2 to Gatlin Sanders.
That pitch is going to be so important for Maddox. These Mississippi State hitters coming out here swinging early and often in the count. So if you can't establish that inside part of the plate, it's going to be a tough night.
Fouled away. So the first 3 base runners reached for Mississippi State. Sullivan and Hines scored. Chance over at second base. One, two, foul again.
crazy what a couple early runs will do for the home team, right? Different feels so far. The first game, it just kind of drugged. There was only one real inning where Mississippi State showed some life and felt like they were in. They scored a couple runs late in that first game, but it was already down 8 runs.
And Sanders, a struggle to say the least since that World Series victory and the national title victory in 2022.
Yeah, it really has, and that's the tough part, right? You're at the top of the mountain, but it shows you how deep this league is, because you can go from the top of the mountain the next year, be on the bottom, and looking up going, hey, man, we had 2 SEC series wins. That's just tough to take, and it's been a lot of the same on Mississippi State side of things. Now, I think State's dealt with a lot of injuries on the pitching staff the first couple of years that really put to some of the numbers. But when you look at it, man, this is not what these proud fan bases wanted to see after experiencing the top of the mountain.
No question. Sierra trying to deal with Hayden Federico here. And for Mississippi State, we talked about what this game and next week or so means for Ole Miss. For Mississippi State, they're trying to get into the NCAA tournament. But when you walk into the Dude, one of the first things you see as Federico strikes out, you see that national championship trophy from 2021. Of course, head coach formerly of Mississippi State, Chris Lemonis, leading the Bulldogs to that national championship win in 2021. But as you talked about, it's been tough times since.
Yeah, and you see that average SEC finish in 10th. That's not, and just think, that's 10 out of 14, because this is the first year that you brought Oklahoma and Texas in there to make 16. So finishing in that bottom portion of the league is not what Mississippi State is used to.
Beautiful breaking ball by Sierra.
I'm loving the fastball 93, 94 combo with that 73, 74 mile an hour curveball. Don't see many just overhand curveballs anymore.
One just missing. One, two. Poked by Hines into right field for a base hit. So Luke Chang able to perhaps catch a break there to stick that one into right field.
Yeah, I thought he caught a little break, like you said, Derek. This is a cutter. He's thinking, you're thinking big time breaking ball. Oh, that's not it. Wait up. That was in the zone, but hey, move on. Next pitch, a little single.
You see that from time to time where the hitter catches
a little break,
a little help on.
Hitting's hard. You gotta have that. You need those breaks every now and then.
Mitchell Sanford singled to start off the game. And he misses at that offering. One thing to go back to the point about Mississippi State. When they decide who will be the next head coach of this program, one thing is for sure, this is an attractive program to come to.
Yeah, you could say that, right? I believe it's one of the top 5 jobs in all of college baseball when you talk about tradition. I mean, just what we have right here, right? Dudy Noble Field is, you know, the mecca of college baseball. The fans, just the experience. I mean, you look at seating all out there. I mean, this is a beautiful place to be. And then, you know, they spend money on baseball. This is a baseball first university. And so, yeah, a coach is going to step in. It's a good recruiting. You're down in the South. There's a lot of good baseball in Mississippi to get some of the local guys. I know they have good recruiting class coming in as well. So it's a nice job.
1-1 to Sanford on the way. Off the mark there. Behind in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Chris Lemonis actually issued a statement, a very gracious one, talking about his time at Mississippi State. Of course, he led the team to their national championship victory in 2021 as the strikeout of Sanford is recorded.
Good cutter, slider at 86 to 88, and so like what he's doing so far.
Already 5 strikeouts in this game for Evan Sierra. heat there towards Hill. 0-1. When we come back at the bottom of the third inning, we'll hear from interim Mississippi State head coach Justin Parker. Another bender. That one fouled away. 0-2.
Talk about strike throwing. Get ahead, stay ahead. Evan Sierra, 7 of the 11 hitters he has had 2 strikes on. That's getting it done.
He's an awesome kid. He's really tough. That just speaks to his character.
Coach, thanks for your time. We appreciate it.
I appreciate it, guys.
A line shot off the bat of Garrick Fry, caught by Luke Chang to start off the bottom of the Reeves. Up with 1 down here. Bottom of the third inning. Mississippi State leading 2-0. This one starting a little bit later than originally expected. It was supposed to start 7:30 local time, but we talked about the doubleheader needing to take place today, and that game ran a little bit long. A dribbler here over to Hill. Good throw. And the out recorded by the Rebels. 2 down.
It was 2 runs he gave up the inning before.
Ace Reese struck out in his first plate appearance. Steps in with 2 outs. 0-1. That catches the corner. 0-2. Quickly to Ace Reese. And Reese fouls that one away to stay alive in the count.
That's one thing you won't get from Ace Reese. You're not going to get an easy at bat, right? Especially as a pitcher. You get ahead that quickly, he's not going to give in, going to foul some balls off and make you work to get him out.
And inside. If Reese reaches, it will be Noah Sullivan at the plate to follow. And that one may have caught a piece of Reese. He is limping back towards the box. One of the more painful experiences a batter can receive. Trying to recollect himself after fouling that ball off his leg. Fouled away again. Pitch low, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mentioned this in game 1 with Ace Reese. Righty, lefty, it's pretty much the same as far as his performance.
Yeah, righty, lefty, doesn't matter. Kid just hits, no doubt.
Hits this one out towards right field, down the line. It will drop. It'll be extra bases for Ace Reese. A 2-out double for Reese puts him in scoring position for Mississippi State, his 14th double of the season.
For Maddox so far tonight, he lays off of it, gets the pitch he wants.
Really good. Really good.
Here is Noah Sullivan, the designated hitter, single and a run scored back in the second. There's a strike from Maddox. So Reese with the home run in game 1 of the doubleheader, and now a hit in this game has extended his hitting streak to 17 games. 1-2 to Noah Sullivan. Next pitch missing. Maddox seeing that pitch count creep up. Skied in the air.
You're good, Fred. You're good, Fred. You're good, Fred.
Out of play. Sullivan at the plate here, known for his hitting, but also a pitcher as well. The reigning John Olerud two-way player of the week. Normally pitches in midweek games. Down the line, but foul. Handlebar mustache there for Sullivan.
He might have won two-way player of the week, but he no doubt winning mustache of the week, maybe month, and front runner for mustache of the year.
That ball gets away, and the throw is in time.
To finish the day.
Coach, thanks for your time. We'll let you get back to it.
All right, thanks, guys.
Mike Bianco, and we mentioned it earlier, he's very focused on the mission at hand. Game 1 in the books, on to game 2.
Yeah, like you said, shower it, right? Flush it, move on, next pitch. I mean, coaches preach that, but it's tough for players and coaches involved to not let the last game affect your next game.
Austin Foley in with 1 down, facing a 1-0 count.
Well, when you're talking about a guy with over 1,000 career wins, and there's over 600 losses, so you're talking 1,700 ball games he's been a part of as a head coach, and you count more as players and assistants. You've had a lot of opportunities to be able to shower it off and move on, right, and preach and teach all those sayings that coaches come to say, and he learned from the best with Skip Bertman.
Foley goes down swinging, another strikeout and a new career high with 7 strikeouts. There's a strike. Well, to start out this inning, we saw Isaac Humphrey lay down a bunt to start the inning.
Yeah,
I mean,
an early bunt swing. He's like, I'm not striking out. I'm not going to get one of those numbers.
0-2, my goodness. Sierra feeling it, and he has strikeout number 8. Evan Sierra is 7th all-time in program history. What a turnout it has been here, not just for this game, but game 1 as well. Absolutely remarkable atmosphere here at the Duke.
Yeah, it's a slow trickle, right? It's a fire drill, basically, game at 4 o'clock, and a lot of calling in around that 3:30 mark. Not a lot of work getting done in Starkville late, but the crowd slowly came, and especially the tailgate out in left field. Joe Henson and the boys, they brought us some food in between games, some sausage and some beans, and so yeah, it was good.
Yeah, amazing. That's one of the benefits of a doubleheader. In this case, as Hines skies this one in the air, playable, and Hines is retired by Chang to start up the bottom of the 4th. sometimes before games, you get here, you get here pretty early. Sometimes the grill's not going yet. Get in between two games.
It was, you could see the smoke going in between the games. There's no doubt. They got a special today, too, at the concession stand. Alligator sausage dog.
We had that, too.
I know. So, yeah, we've eaten a lot. But the alligator sausage dog, bacon crumbles, peppers, onions on top of it. I enjoy it.
We did a lot in
20 minutes.
Yes, in 20 minutes we took care of some eating business for sure. But yeah, I mean, remarkable stuff here at the Dude. As Bryce Chance fouls this one away. RBI single. Back in the second. Responsible for one of the 2 runs pushed across. No time called. Home plate. '60th pitch on the way for Riley Maddox. And Chance goes around for
both of them playing well. 14 punch outs on the night so far.
Stallman swings at the first pitch, pops it in the air towards deep center, but Humphrey is there to finish off the Bulldogs in the bottom of the 4th inning. Mississippi State still up 2.